As I told you guys, we are seeing signs and wonders all over the place. And if you don't know, 5 volcanoes have erupted. It is unprecedented. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what Stefan Burns has to say because you guys know I am not technical. I don't know all the details. I just know that I am amazed by what is happening out here. While everyone is distracted, fighting each other, talking about politics, these are the things that matter. Okay, these are the things that matter because not just this, I'm also going to show you what is happening with the sun. Now, I think I'm going to do my three eye atlas update in another video because it is just that serious. Because now we have another non-comet heading towards Earth that is R2 Swan, and they are running parallel, almost like they're positioning themselves in the same plate, like on opposite sides of Earth to come towards us. It is wild. Okay. These are the things that we need to be on the lookout for. These are the things that are important. Let's take a listen to what he has to say.
Hey everyone, Geophysicist Stefan Burns here. There has been an explosion of volcanic activity across Earth just in the past few days. As many of you know, there has been a historic eruption in Ethiopia, Africa from Haile Gubi volcano, which is connected to the African superplume. That was on November 23rd. And in fact, that ash cloud, the carbon dioxide, the sulfur from that event has actually spread out all the way to East Asia. So that was a big volcanic eruption, but not the only one that has occurred. If you go through the timeline, we've been having eruptions in Kamchatka, Russia. We've also been having eruptions in the Americas. Kilauea volcano on the big island of Hawaii is still erupting, also Indonesia. So there's been a lot of activity. If we just go through that timeline, it really starts with Kishenikov volcano. It's been erupting since late July, early August after that magnitude 8.8 megaquake off the coast of Kamchatka. That's the first time that volcano has erupted in 600 years. That activity is ongoing. Then you also have Mount Semeru in Indonesia exploding pretty violently, creating a pyroclastic flow. There are boulders rolling down the hills, lahars. That was on the 19th of November. You have Kilauea volcano on the Big Island now with its 37th episode. That was yesterday, November 25th, less than 24 hours ago as I record this video. You have Volcan Perace having just erupted in Colombia. A couple days before that, we had Volcan Popocatépetl in Mexico. And you also on the Kamchatka Peninsula today have Besmiani volcano erupting. So there's been a ton of activity. You also have some earthquakes occurring near these volcanic zones, including like Japan. So there's been this lull in earthquake activity, but this increase in volcanic activity, which is quite interesting. And the big question that a lot of people are asking now is this just a initial warm-up phase for perhaps larger volcanic events? Because if you look through the historic geologic record, what we often see before large volcanic events, like those that create a volcanic winter, is that there's often buildup to that, not just from the main volcano that has that large eruption, but from multiple volcanoes nearby. There seems to be clustering of volcanic eruptions across Earth leading up to big events. So I'm not saying that there is a big volcanic winter type event coming, though it's certainly possible. We can't rule that out. They actually occur fairly frequently on the geologic time scale, every 100 years, every 200 years. We haven't had one for a while. So it could just be a pulse of volcanic activity that we're getting right now. It could also be something leading up to more. It's hard to say. The biggest volcanic eruption that we've had in the 21st century is from Tonga. That was in 2022. So this is also following after that G5 minus geomagnetic storm where we had a bunch of magnetic fluctuations across the globe. Interesting to know about the Haile Gubi volcanic eruption is that there were 4 X-class solar flares, and the light radiation from those explosions on the Earth-facing side of the sun, they only take 8.3 minutes to reach the sunlit side of the Earth. So you can look at what side of the Earth was hit by that light radiation. Every single time with those 4 X-class flares, it hit right over Africa, kind of effectively supercharging that African superplume less than 2 weeks before that historic eruption. So there's a lot of interesting things happening right now, and I'm going to break it down for you in this video. Let's go back to November 19th with the first big main event.
Now, you heard what he had to say there. And of course, he doesn't want to be alarmist. He is a scientist, but this is unprecedented. We are seeing volcanoes that have never erupted in our lifetime, but not just our lifetime, in hundreds, if not thousands of years. We're talking about 12,000 years with this volcano in Ethiopia, which we've talked about. But it's very important, guys, that we tie all of these events together. Okay. And I'm going to do that for you in a second. Because if you tell me that all these volcanoes are erupting, we have R2 Swan, 3-Eye Atlas, we have the Aurora Borealis, which are supposed to return all over the world. And then also we're having seismic activity where animals are leaving national parks and forests. And there's an abundance of albino animals just showing up everywhere. People have videos of these things online. And of course, the news is not talking about it. But then we got to get into the sun flares that are unprecedented. So when you put all that together, it's what I call signs and wonders. These are signs and wonders. These are birth pains of the earth, which is talked about in the Bible. Okay. And you don't have to believe that. You don't have to trust what I'm saying. You don't have, that may be spooky, pooky, whatever. And you don't want to hear those types of things. But these are the facts. These are the facts. Scientists around the world are dumbfounded right now. They don't know what to say. This is why NASA put out a bunch of that BS that even people who do not believe in God, people who are atheists, people who believe in the Big Bang, believe in evolution, believe the science, believe NASA, they are disgusted by what's going on. Not only with NASA giving us that mess that they did, but then also our government has been completely quiet. And it's important that you see these signs and that you pay attention, because if you're not looking, which most people are distracted, then you'll think none of this is a big deal. But let's take a look at this. Crazy. And then people will still say this is no big deal. Well, if it was a big deal, the news would talk about it. What? If it was a big deal, the government would tell us about it. But I know, because mainstream media just loves you so much, and the government loves us a lot. So of course they would tell us. Okay. Now we got to get into the sun flares. Okay. So I have two videos I want to show you from this guy, but then we're going to dig a little deeper so you guys can have a better understanding of what this all means. And I do not understand why they are not preparing us for what is about to take place. Okay. I'm not being alarmist. These are just, I feel a duty to report this because they aren't. And people are not paying attention. People are distracted with a bunch of things that absolutely have no meaning, especially when all of this comes together and what is about to happen. 3-Eye Atlas and R2 Swan are supposed to be closest to Earth on December 19th. Okay, guys, we're talking like this is happening right now. And there's a reason why they're hiding information or just flat out saying nothing at all. There's a reason.
I don't want to panic, everyone, but the sun is gearing up to absolutely batter us, bruv, right? Look at the state of this active region coming into view. So this is active region 4294. moving into frame, kind of getting ready to aim at Earth, and it is absolutely gigantic, mate, right? This is something that we haven't really seen, rarely ever. This is ridiculous. So in the past 24 hours, Airbus grounded 5,000 planes due to a software malfunction from solar activity on the eve of the supercharged sunspots about to begin to barrage Earth, right? And this is Earth for scale in just a moment that I will show you. And this is going to be something. Look at it. What is, bruv? Come on, please. We may end up having another Carrington event. I mean, it's always on the cards, but this thing turning into view is going to blast us, mate. So your brain and your head might fizzle a little bit. You might get some weird night's sleep, mate. Feel a bit rested because we're in the firing line, man, and she's not taking any prisoners. We're going to have some beautiful auroras, a Carrington event, or we're going to be deep fried, bruv. I mean, like, cooked, mate. Absolutely fried, cooked, burnt to a crisp, stuck to the side of a pan, bruv. Just exploded with a massive coronal mass ejection, sending ripples across its surface, bruv. Look at this, mate. It's like a nuclear explosion. This is a 1.9 X-class solar flare, which isn't even Earth-facing yet, right? In 17 hours, this sunspot region will be facing towards Earth, with more X-class solar flares probably on a way as it faces us, mate, right? So yesterday, Airbus grounded 5,000 plus planes due to software malfunctions from solar activity on the evening of the supercharged sunspot region, which we have here. AR4274. Look at the size of this one compared. Look at it, bro. We cooked, mate, right? So get your suntan lotion out, mate, and woohoo, right? And alongside this one that erupted just this morning, we had R3 radio blackouts over Australia and Southeast Asia, and this isn't even facing us yet, and we're already feeling the heat from it, right? With Airbus grounding a whole bunch of stuff, mate. Look at the state of it, mate. This is like holy Jesus, man. I can't remember the last time I seen something as magnificent as this, mate. Look at the state of it, bruv, right? So, weird dreams, probably major UFO activity on the horizon. So get outside, look up to the skies, because we're going to be in for a hell of a ride, mate. Look at, oh my God, bruv. Please, Mother Mary, save us.
It's not funny, but like, what else are you going to do but laugh? What else are you going to do but laugh? Because it's insanity. They are grounding flights, thousands of flights because of this. Radio waves are out in different parts of the world. Are you hearing any of this reported? Are you hearing any government official, any news outlet talk about these things? Absolutely not. They're just leaving it to regular people like myself and these other people to give you this information. And to me, this is the most important thing going on outside of digital ID and what's happening with that. But let's take a look at this now. So we're just going to run through this just to get information. And guys, I don't know what this is going to do. I cannot give any guarantees about anything. I'm just reporting what I'm seeing happening that I think is important information for you. So don't say Melanie said this is going to happen, that's going to happen. No, I don't know. Okay. I'm not even qualified to tell you all of that. So I'm trying to bring you as much information for people who are qualified to tell you this, tell you what you need to know. But to me, what else are we supposed to do? Why is there such a silence around all of this, as well as 3i Atlas? You have to like really, really search for this information now. It's almost like it's getting buried. Like they don't want people talking about it or knowing about it. They want us distracted with every little thing, not just politics, but just goofiness. Anything but focusing on what is important. And so look at it says, yup, X-class solar flares are back. The sunspot will face Earth in 3 to 4 days. This was 15 hours ago. A massive X 1.95 class solar flare just erupted from the sunspot, aimed directly at Earth only hours ago. So there you have it. And as I've told you, 3i Atlas went behind the sun in the opposite direction, breaking all laws of physics. This is why astronomers, scientists are just losing their mind right now, just trying to figure this out. But it went behind the sun, the opposite direction, stayed there for 3 days. Then on the third day, rose again and came back around, and now it's headed towards Earth, as well as R2 Swan. And it seems like they're in a flank position towards Earth. I kid you not. I kid you not. I know it sounds wild, but it is what it is. All right. So this has been going on. This is what's happening. This has been going. They identify all of this going on in the summer, but it's now picked up this pace, right? This frenetic pace, heading towards that December 19th date. Again, I don't know what's going to happen on that date. I'm just giving you that information. But it says it's Sunday, this week's space weather report. So this is just showing, of course, NASA's not going to give us any real tea. We know that already. So this person's talking about the same thing, but says insane stuff. So this is insane stuff. This is what an astronomy account is saying. And I'm seeing this over and over. Okay. Now, this is a person saying, I don't think the Airbus A320 recall have anything to do with the effect of solar flares is being talked about enough. Recall having to do with the effects. They're basically saying not enough people are talking about the Airbus A320 being recalled. Not enough people are saying enough about this. And I agree. But let's see here. Okay. This to give you an idea of a solar flare and then us. This is Earth. That's the sun. That's the solar flare that will be coming towards us. Are you guys getting it now? Are you getting it now? Right? And all of these things are occurring at the same time, but they really don't have any effect on each other. Like 3i Atlas, R2 Swan have no effect with the solar flares. Like they didn't cause it, right? So these are a separate anomaly. Same thing with Aurora Borealis. And then some solar flares can affect volcanic eruption. We heard that from Stefan, but it's unprecedented what is going on right now with it. Okay. Even if it have some effect, not this. This is mind-blowing information. This is mind-blowing to witness, to live in a day and time that all of these things are converging. So it says a massive group of sunspots bigger than Earth that may possibly launch major solar flares and CMEs are incoming. Right? So it's just more and more of this, more people talking about it. I want to see if I can find one that gives us a little more information, maybe so that we can understand it better. Because again, guys, it's very scattered. There's no centralized location for getting any of this. So this person is, this is Stefan, who we just, he just posted this 34 minutes ago. Watch the 1.9x flare in stunning detail. Boom. We also observed this large trans-equatorial coronal hole. It was a butterfly hole that was in the sun. That was around the time of 3i Atlas that everyone started talking about it. I want to say 2 weeks ago, which is unheard of. It says, which has been active on the sun for many months now. This is a different hole. Soon to hit Earth with a fast gust of solar wind in 3 days during the full moon. During a full moon. G1 and G2, geomagnetic conditions expected. So there you go. So like I said, I'm going to give you guys an update on 3i Atlas. I want to talk about R2 Swan. So make sure you guys are subscribed. That's going to be my next video. Make sure that you guys hit the notification bell because you're not going to want to miss any of my updates. And also drop a comment if you know of any outlet or any creator, anyone that you think is a trusted source that we can continue to get this information from, because it's almost like we have to, it's like the citizens have to come together in order to inform each other, in order to let each other know what is happening and what's likely going to come. And I don't know what's going to happen in terms of telecommunications, if the internet is going to work. No clue, but I'm going to keep digging for that information so that we can know what's going to happen. But again, drop any names that you think of somebody that I should look into or that I should follow so that we can get more of this going on and that we can inform each other. With that, I will see you guys on the next one.